they basically have more ability to demand money and leave than a pro athlete would have. You imagine a pro athlete saying, oh, I'm not going to play in the wild card game. No, I just don't want to. No, it would never happen.
I saw you were at President Trump's college sports, roundtable. Some heavy hitters were there. What's kind of the goal of that?
Well, it was interesting. I was playing golf with the president over the Christmas break, and I was just like, hey, what's up with NIL? Are you going to fix it? He's like, yeah, we should. Will you help me? And so I helped bring together some of the people there. Like
Coach, vice chair.
I'm the vice chair, Randy Levine from the Yankees, the other vice chair. And we've got, I helped bring in Nick Saban, Urban Meyer, Charlie Ward, Condoleezza Rice, a bunch of really good people. Randy knows a lot of people. And so the idea is to just get people at a table, talk. But I mean, there's basically a few issues that I think most people could agree on. One, eligibility. You take your first snap at 18, 19, you shouldn't be playing when you're 26. I mean, we've got to get some rules there. Two is the transfer portal. It's like, you get maybe one transfer, but how is it like I throw for 300 yards? Hey, coach, I need more money. Okay, gone, I'm by. Or I'm not going to play in the bowl game for this. So limiting that transfer, and then obviously with the compensation, I actually signed one of the first NIL bills in the country. Because my view is if you're playing and they're selling your jersey, why should you not be able to profit off that? If a car dealer wants you to sponsor their dealership here in a commercial, who cares? That's devolved, though, into these collectives where it is just pay to play, right, and where these guys are going in demanding more money. So now they basically have more ability to demand money and leave than a pro athlete would have. You imagine a pro athlete saying, oh, I'm not going to play in the wild card game. No, I just don't want to. No, it would never happen. So if you just do those three things, I think that fixes 90% of the issues. There are other issues people bring up, how you do broadcasting, how you do the schedule, the bowl games, all that. And I think, but in terms of a package where we can then say, hey, this is what gives you the ability to do it. You got to work it through Congress. They do an antitrust exemption. That would be good. Look, college sports is not uniform throughout the country in terms of how rabid people are. But in the South and in the Midwest, I mean, the football's king.
And the reality is college athletes should be paid, especially when considering before this, the demands for some of these collegiate athletes' schedules were such that they couldn't actually have any other job.
It was ridiculous. I mean, think about it. You want to just work, you want to work at the library, right, for 4 hours on a Monday night, and you were barred from doing that. Right. So we've gone from one extreme to the other, where they were prohibited from even being, had way less rights than the average student, to now where they have more ability to monetize than a pro athlete. I think there's a happy medium there.
Right, I was going to say it has gone a little crazy, but you kind of blame the NCAA because had they appropriately course corrected earlier on, there probably wouldn't be as much of an issue today. What's your gut tell you as to what happens?
So here's what I think would need to happen. You'd need to have, it could be a limited package that goes through Congress and not even have to resolve all these issues, but provide an antitrust exemption and then give college athletics the ability to address eligibility, transfer, and NIL collectives. And if you just did that, I think you would be able to adopt sensible rules, and we could do it. But it does need Congress to act, because if you don't do it, you just don't have the legal authority given some of the court decisions that have been coming down. So my sense would be you have maybe 3 months. If you don't do it within the next 3 months, then people are going to worry about the midterms. The midterms happen, who knows how that dust settles, and then you may have missed your opportunity. So I really think this is the opportunity to do it, and it is going to get worse from here. So see, what's happening is this is having a really negative impact on, quote, non-revenue sports, which is honestly almost all college sports lose money. Right. So like Alabama under Nick Saban, they'd bring in $90 million for their football program. They'd spend $30. That's a $60 million profit. Well, a lot of that was not, or some of that was used because, yeah, their basketball team made a few million, but anything else lost money. So you subsidize it, you had robust athletics. Well, now the cost of the football programs have doubled or tripled. You don't have the money. They're cutting sports, Olympic sports, women's sports, all these different things. Look, as a college baseball player, we would get a few hundred fans, right? Some SEC schools, they'll pack it, and some schools make money in baseball, but most of them don't. So it really has an impact beyond just football. It has an impact on all these things. And I made the point when we did the roundtable, I was the captain of the Yale baseball team. Had we had NIL there, I wasn't exactly in line to rake in big bucks. It just is what it is, right? But I will tell you, going through, learning how to train, learning how to accept adversity, overcome that, understanding you're going to fail, it teaches you leadership. You're better off from having competed in Division I athletics. And that's true whether you're in football, baseball, whether you're in women's soccer, all these different things. So I think there's value in having great college athletics far beyond just who's going to end up in the NFL or the NBA or Major League Baseball. I think these are future leaders of our country.